Namaste guys, ChristianRLong, Life Enhancement Consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Sunday afternoon, 12 p.m. Mountain Time here in Denver, Colorado. And I thought I'd jump on real quick and talk about, thanks guys for sending out the love on Instagram. I thought I'd send out some, Elizabeth, Namaste, send out some love about November, spring cleaning in November. And have you noticed that if you have, Alex, Namaste, if you have compacted, congested energy in your relationships, in your finances, in your spiritual practice, in your physical health, meaning if things are not moving, Kara, Namaste, there is a tendency for that congestion to build up, to compact, and to prevent the free flow of energy, right? Have we noticed that? So I think spring cleaning is something that we can do on not just February and March, but it's a spring cleaning that we can do every week, every month, every quarter, every year. And that's what I've been lucky enough and privileged enough to have the tools and the techniques over the years to do that. Sarah, Namaste, through pranic healing or Hatha yoga and the other teachings of my teacher, Grandmaster Choa. Because you guys may have seen that we did a love article below this video if you're watching it on Facebook, maybe 3 days ago at this point. The feedback from that article has been phenomenal. Thank you guys for the private and public messages about it. It took me about 14 hours of nonstop writing to actually make that happen. Looking great at your fancy office. Best way I've ever seen the word fancy spelled. And the feedback was really good. And in the conversation of my love history is partly what I was talking about in the article. It's brought up a lot of clarity, a lot of awareness, a lot of understanding for myself as well as the people in my life. And a mentor of mine recommended that I reread this book that she purchased for me many years ago called How to Love. How to Love by Thich Nhat Hanh, who is a world-famous Vietnamese Buddhist monk. Adriana, Namaste. It's probably reversed. Called How to Love. It's a great, great book. And he talks about the 4 elements of true love. The 4 elements of true love. And one of the elements that we were working on today when we did the group Twin Hearts Meditation and Healing was on joy. And he talks about how joy should be giving yourself and giving another person the experience of them being with a fresh breeze, a fresh spring breeze, a fresh set of flowers, Maria, Namaste, or a fresh, how do I want to put this? Or a fresh blue sky, right? Now, you can kind of tap into the visualization in that metaphor. What would that feel like? What does a fresh spring day feel like in a bright blue sky? What does that feel like? The sun pouring down on you, it's the perfect temperature, there's little butterflies flying everywhere, there's beautiful smells in the air. It's invigorating, right? Actually, one of my favorite times of the entire year is from February 18th to April 12th. February 18th to April 12th is one of my favorite times of the entire year. Because it's the peak of the springtime for me. And connecting it with spring cleaning and connecting it with removing congestion, it's like if we can be that spring energy year round for ourselves and other people, life would be much more enjoyable. It would have that freshness, it would have that invigoration, it would have that enliveningness. Because what happens during springtime, right? Everything goes from winter to spring, goes from sleeping to wakening, to blossoming, to coming alive. And it's really quite beautiful experience. And so I've been doing that with a lot of things. I've been reviewing my healing practice. I've been reviewing financial things. I've been reviewing relationships, personal, professional, friendships, because I want to clean out the old, diseased, congested, heavy energies and then flood and fill those relationships with new, fresh energy. financial relationship, personal relationships, professional relationships, healing practice, pushing in new fresh energy, which I think is super, super important for our day-to-day lives. It's almost like, have you ever had a fitness routine that you've done every single week for 3, 4, 5 months at a time, and you start going like, this is kind of boring. I gotta mix it up. I gotta spice it up. I gotta try something new, right? That would be an example of adding freshness. Same thing in our spiritual lives. I know people who will do I knew people actually in Fairfield, Iowa that had the same meditation practice, quote unquote, religiously for about 10, 15, even more than 15 years. They did the same thing day in and day out, twice a day. But there was no aliveness. There was no excitement. Not that you have to be excited to do your spiritual practice, but you could feel that they were just like, all right, time to do my meditation. Okay, done. Later in the evening, time to do my meditation. Okay, done. Right? Versus, more often I would say, versus mixing it up, versus having excitement, enthusiasm, joy, a freshness. So I'm going to be doing my spiritual practice later on today. It should take me an hour and a half to 2 hours to do. And I could just trudge my way through the practice, or I could have a freshness to it. I could have a new viewpoint, a more accurate viewpoint, a higher viewpoint, a deeper viewpoint as to why I'm doing what I'm doing, the benefits that I'm receiving, that my environment is receiving, that friends, family members, clients can be receiving through the freshness of that practice. Adriana, Atma Namaste. Bringing the heat. Sorry, guys. Some heaviness in my throat. It's been a while since I've been connecting regularly on streams, so I'm not used to a bunch of people at one time plugging in. And you're like, what is he talking about, plugging in? So, the way we exchange energy with one another, humans, actually all species, is we connect energetic cords or energetic links to one another. And that's how we exchange energy back and forth. So you can feel me on the other side of the world, and I can feel you on the other side of the world. Right now, as I'm talking to you, as we're sharing mental knowledge with one another, there's a cord from my throat chakra to your throat chakra to my throat chakra. So we're exchanging energy back and forth. And the more people connecting, the more energy that's getting pulled, and the likelihood of contamination and congestion goes up. Now, this isn't good, bad, or indifferent. It just is what it is, and we do it all the time. So you have a performer on stage, right? You have somebody on stage singing, dancing, playing an instrument, and all the people in the audience are connecting to that performer to exchange energy, the creative energy that person is demonstrating through their art, speaking, singing, or dancing, right? And the person feels good. Now, we connect to each other not just through the throat chakra, but we connect to each other all kinds of ways, right? From the basic chakra all the way up, and even to different organs, even to different aspects of the aura. So we don't just connect through one chakra and one chakra alone. We connect in many, many different ways. You also did the healing and meditation earlier. It was really strong energy. Yes. So in the group meditation and healing we did, right? So we're invoking, connecting to God. We're doing the meditation, and at the end of the meditation, we do group healing. And so group healing, there's connections and cords going on, energy being exchanged back and forth. So every time you go onto YouTube and you watch a presenter, a speaker, an entertainer, an informer, not Snow, just an informer in general, you're connecting your energy to their energy. You're pulling a portion of their energy, and you're giving a portion of your energy. So it's that exchange. So the question is, who and what do you want to connect your energy to? Who and what do you want to connect your energy to? So my teacher, Grandmaster Chogo Kokusui, the modern founder of Pranic Healing and Hatha Yoga, says, you become what you meditate on. You become what you meditate on. I'll say that again. You become what you meditate on. So ask yourself the question, who and what are you meditating on? Are you meditating on very high vibrational ideas, concepts, people, and places? or are you meditating on lower vibrational ideals, concepts, people, and places? So a church, in general, higher vibrational energy. A brothel, where they have sex all the time, lower vibrational energy. Is one good? Is one bad? No. The question is, what do you want to be connecting your energy to? Right? What do you want to be connecting your energy to? Who and what do you wish to connect with? Yeah. So, even when you pick up a book, like the book we were talking about earlier, How to Love, you pick up the book and you start reading from the pages of this book on how to love from a very advanced Vietnamese Buddhist monk. What kind of energies are you going to be tapping into? High vibrational energies or low vibrational energies, right? And this is relative to every book that you read, every movie that you watch, every song that you listen to. You're energetically linking yourself to that, pulling energy, absorbing that energy, and it's either increasing or decreasing your energy. And it's not just increasing or decreasing, meaning the quantity, right? But it's also changing the quality of your energy. So this book on how to love, what kind of energies are you going to be tapping into? You're going to be tapping into loving energies. Now, if you've read a book on finances, wealth, prosperity, abundance, success, does that mean it's going to be lower or higher? Depending. But you're also going to be tapping into a quality of prosperity, abundance, and success energies that you wouldn't necessarily get reading a spiritual book or reading a book on personal development. Let's say you read a book on calculus, physics, mathematics, history. Different chakras are getting fed different energies, different vibrations. Is this making sense? So great teachers, when they teach, because they're masterful of their energies and they're masterful of how people connect to them, they're feeding that person on multiple levels. They're feeding them spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. It's quite fascinating, actually. But if somebody has just specialized in one kind of energy, right? If they've specialized in just one kind of energy, hold on guys, I have somebody calling me, then their ability to provide other energies is going to be greatly limited. Meaning, let's say you spend all of your life making money, being physical, being grounded, being material, being realistic, being practical, dense energies, right? But you haven't developed the higher energies of the heart, the throat, the ajna, the forehead, the crown. When that person communicates with you, they're not going to be able to bring you to that level. If you are already at that level, they're not going to be able to meet you there easily, right? Have you ever tried to have a conversation about spirituality with somebody who is completely oblivious to spiritual things and completely entangled with the material world? It's very difficult for them to go up. Likewise, because it goes both ways, have you ever had somebody who is very spiritual, but they cannot comprehend and understand what's happening in the physical world? How to make a result happen, how to be practical, how to be realistic, how to be grounded to Mother Earth. So, you need both. Brittany, namaste, you need both. You need to connect upwards, connect to God, the great ones, the teacher, the higher self, even if you don't know what that is right now, even if you don't have experience of that right now. Ava, good to have you back on. And you also need to be grounded, connected to Mother Earth, practical, consistent, persistent, material, right? You need both. If you're like this, if you're too spiritual, you're not grounded, you're not practical, you can't produce results. But if you're like this, and you're only practical and only grounded, you don't have any inner peace. You don't have awareness of higher frequencies, higher energies. So the goal is to be both. Big upper chakras, big lower chakras. Make sense? Good, very, very good. So, that's it guys. jumping on real quick to send out some love and reminding you that you don't just do spring cleaning in spring. You can do spring cleaning throughout the entire year, cleansing old, diseased, congested, compacted energies in your life, freeing up new space, freeing up new energy, allowing fresh energy, fresh prana to flow through your life, because everything comes from you and through you. Not comes from you, but comes through you. So your health, your relationships, your finances, your spiritual growth and development, all of it is a product of your energy. So if your energy is not so good, these areas will be affected negatively. If your energy is great and fantastic, these energies will be affected positively. Does it make sense? Awesome. That's it, guys. I'm going to let you go. For those of you who are in need of healing, to move your life forward, to create some freshness and aliveness in your life, definitely go to ChristianRLong.com. That's my website. Reach out for healing there. You can schedule everything right on the site. And any questions, send me a direct message privately. And that's it. So I love you guys very much. Hope you had a beautiful weekend, and I look forward to talking with you soon. This is Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant. Atma. Namaste. Bye-bye.